Right, well, we're back on the Humber, as always, but there's cod here. I've had many people tell me there's cod here, and I've just driven down to Bay 26 to turn around because they were all full. And a chap there said to me that his mate had pulled one out, but he wouldn't let it know where it was, but it was on this river, so there's still cod here, they're just not being reported. So it is 20 past 1. High tide is after 6 o'clock. I got here at 20 past 12 and most of the bays had already gone. I'm in Bay 19. I'm not going to go on about it like in the previous video. I'm in Bay 19 and the tide is coming in. I could go down over there and start fishing now. So you get quite a long time fishing here. Water comes into this bay just after it comes in at 28 and 27. So yeah, it's okay. I'm going to get quite a lot of fishing today during daylight hours again. Boats about. They've got a little bit longer to wait, but not as long as you think. They only got in the next bay along, Bay 18. It's about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, if you don't want to drag it through the mud. So. But if you can reach the water, you can start fishing now, can't you? Right, I'm using normal river rods, Shakespeare agilities, 15 foots, 4 to 8 ounce, coupled up with my Penn surf spin fisher. Nearly said surf bloody blaster, but now it's the Penn spin fisher. 24 pound ASSO line on it. I've got that R10 stuff. And a 70 pound tapered shock leader. I've got a 1 up, 1 down rig today, and look at this weight. I've manipulated the wires. It's like one of them pair ones, isn't it? But this weight is from Case to Tackle. Look how good it is. Even this top bit is zinc plated. But yeah, it's a nice little weight. I'm going to see, I think with them big wires on it and the weight all down near the end, that it's going to be quite a good grip and weight, which we'll find out today, won't we? So yeah, that weight along with those other weights that you saw in the last video, they're from Case to Tackle. So I'm going to see how good it is. If you want to go along to Case to Tackle, the owner's name is Mick. No. Take 2. If you want to go along to Case to Tackle, the owner's name is Mike. Thank God for that. I am absolutely terrible with names sometimes, and some names just stick in my head and I struggle. It's just that I'm thick. So yeah, the owner's name's Mike, and Case to Tackle. Go along to his website and check out all his goods. He does stuff from boat fishing, surf fishing, carp fishing. I think he sells loads of moulds and stuff, to make weights. Huge selection of mould weights, and yeah, he's given me some weights to try, which is very thankful and very grateful, Mike. And yeah, if anybody watching this, I never had heard of it, but yeah, I'm nearly at the end now because I'm starting to waffle. But if any of you that was watching this or any of the previous videos, pop along to Case to Tackle. Tom will put a link somewhere, probably in front of my face, but there will be a link in the bottom of my YouTube page, you know, where you put all your info and stuff. This is the Humber at Bay 19. A view of it. You've seen it before in previous videos, but if this is the first video you've ever seen, this is it. We've got all birds down there on the shoreline. Quite interested in something to catch, so the chap in Bay 18, if he aims down there, he might be in luck. I've got to get my gear. I've got some of it over. I've set this rod up with the 6-ounce weight from Case to Tackle, may I add. And I'm gonna drop everything over and start fishing very shortly. And as usual, as the tide comes in, I shall then move up here and fish 2 rods. So when I get up here, I'm using big baits on one rod and small hooks on the other. So it's the 30th of December, and tonight Boris is gonna announce some more rules and regulations, and they're all talking about a tier 5 now. Some people have struggled fishing in a tier 4 and others haven't. Others have travelled to their beach 20 minutes away and have been sent them, and others have travelled all the way out of a tier 4 to Chesil Beach and didn't have no problems. So I guess you're alright to fish. It says on the Angling Trust that you can fish in tier 1, 2, 3 and 4. It's classed as exercise. This is my closest mark. I do not cross out of a tier, so as far as I'm aware I aren't breaking any rules, but you've only got to meet a copper who looks at the rules in a different way, and you just have to obey it and go home and then try and go fishing another time, don't you? So I presume until they say on the gov.uk or an Angling Trust website that no, you cannot fish in this tier or whatever, or it's 100% lockdown like in March. So we're still alright to fish as far as I'm aware. It's just if you meet the wrong person, isn't it, and they send you home. So yeah, what else is there to say without me rambling on? I don't want to ramble on until I start fishing, because in the last video at Bay 19 I watched it and I thought, oh, you're rambling a bit, boy. But then that's me, I do ramble. I would normally be talking to myself, but not this much. I'd be thinking it in my head. But yeah, filming is quite good because not only are you fishing, something you enjoy, the filming's quite good as well. I don't have much to do with the editing at all because Tom does all that and running the channel really. I put the titles and stuff in and that's about it, but that's just to make me feel better. So I am useless with technology. Tom does everything else, and thank you very much, Tom, for what you do. Also, let's like you to, if you do like this video or any of the other videos that I watch, if you think this video is reasonable, go check some of the other videos out before you make your mind up. When you get to know me, you might be more likely to subscribe. But if you like this video, subscribe, ring the bell, leave us a comment, because I always answer my comments. It might take me 2 or 3 days because there's quite a few comments I will answer, and share my videos, that's all I ask. So yeah, thank you very much. And if you could, I'm going to do this early, get out of the way. If you could, go check out Danny Shore Fishing. He's picking up some subscribers now and getting some good views. So yeah, go check out Danny Shore Fishing, and also check out Angling Passion. I quite like his videos, I like his channel, and he seems a nice lad. So yeah, go check his channel out as well. It'd be something else to watch into. If you don't know it's there, I get a lot of comments from subscribers and people that have just subscribed saying they never knew my channel even existed. So I'll just show you over there at that boat. I don't know if you can pick it up, but we've got a DS boat here as well. So yeah, yeah. So through comments like that I get about people only just finding my channel and that, it's quite weird. But I was searching YouTube the other day and I found Lady Dad, I think it is. He's got over 1 million subscribers, and I only found it because I was watching Alex Belfield and he said about them getting #1 at Christmas from their shed. So it's weird how you search around for stuff and these channels aren't put up to you. I suppose it's because you don't look at the stuff that they do, I suppose. I don't know, but yeah, it's all good for giving shout outs to the smaller channels, of which I'm one. So yeah, small channels need a shout out, and I don't always get it sometimes, but I like to do my bit, so I've done my bit. Go check them out. Like I say, high tide is at 20 past 6, I think, 20 past 6. So I'll fish 20 past 7, 20 past 8. I'll be packing up probably for 9 o'clock, and then it's trip 'em. So yeah, it's a great day today. It's beautiful weather. I did check it out and thought it's going to be good weather today. I did loads of paperwork yesterday, which was an absolute bind, but it's got to be done to sort things out. So ripped yesterday off, and I've come here today, and all I'm thinking is fishing and nothing to do with life. Also had some good news coming here in the van from the wife, which has made me laugh and chuckle, so things are looking up even more. So I'm looking forward to this session. I don't think there'll be too much moaning. Rant of the week, that's a new thing. Well, that only happens if I've got a rant. If I've got no rants today, there will be no rant of the week. So you're all probably going, oh, thank God for that. So I'm going to get this rod over. I'm going to stop babbling on now. That's enough. I think if I'm watching that on my sofa, I'll be thinking, Jesus Christ, shut up and get on fishing. So I'm going to get my rod over. I've got my bait out defrosting. Today's bait is, I've got some mussel, don't know how good that is. I've got razor clam, don't know how good that is. 2 packs of a couple of prawns that have been opened and used. Some black lug in there. Got some oiled black lug as well. And I've got squid and another roll of black lug, which is defrosting. So cod apparently will eat anything. So if that don't work, I'm going to find an old sock in the bay that someone's left behind, and I shall put an old sock on my hook. And that's it. So next time you see me, I'll be over the side and I'll be fishing. But what a lovely scenery and beautiful sky we got here. Well, I can feel a rant coming on, but it ain't coming yet. This camera's playing up. I put a battery in the van and the screen went all funny on the back. I don't know whether it's because it's cold, but it don't feel that cold. I've certainly fished colder this year. Even last week was colder. And now it wouldn't turn on, so I took the battery out, put the battery back in, and it came on. So and it's recording at the minute. You don't expect to buy a GoPro and have little problems like this, do you? But it might be me. Quite easily it could be me, but I don't see how, because this is easy to operate, and I ain't done nothing different. The upside is I found me thingy jigs for unhooking the fish, whatever they're called. Can't remember what they're called now. They were lying down there when I fished Bay 19 last, and they've just sat here. They haven't been washed away. Nobody's picked them up, and I went and bought a pair yesterday. So I'm chuffed to bits. I've got them back. They only cost £4, but my fingers fit in these, whereas the new ones that I've bought, the hole's too small, and I can use them, but I'm just chuffed to get my old ones back. I can't believe they were still there. No one picked them up. All the seas moved them. So let's get baited up and get casted out. black lug and squid on that. I'm a bit late getting in the water. I should have been in about half hour ago, but I've had troubles with my camera. Can't believe why it's playing about. I don't understand. I haven't got it wet. I ain't got any sand in it, muck in it. It's now making me think, do I need a spare camera? Because if that camera goes down and I go fishing, I can't film, can I? And I know I can still go fishing, but fishing for me now, without the camera, it's like I've gone out without my mate, or... Do you know what I mean? Because I'm always talking to the camera, aren't I? Which inadvertently talks to you, whoever watches it. But yeah, let's get this out. I'll worry about my camera. Can't believe it. Well, it's just a short chuck out. It's on the mud that was there when I turned up, that was all uncovered. Fish will come in with the water, see what's about for food, won't they? So the birds were there hunting for food, so there must be food there. This bloody camera. I've treated this camera with kids' gloves. I've got good tripod, everything, so nothing could go wrong. And now that. Now I've got the GoPro Hero 7. Because it was £100 cheaper. It's still a GoPro though. You know, you expect to have the GoPro quality, don't you? But yeah, I got the GoPro 7, Hero 7, because it's £100 cheaper. And GoPro was selling all the batteries off. So if I do have to get another camera, I know I can send this away probably to get repaired, and surely that'll be under warranty, but that then leaves me no camera, doesn't it? So I might have to buy another GoPro, and I'll only buy a 7 because I've got the batteries for a 7. I think the GoPro Hero 8 batteries fit the 7, but you might have to do an update. But definitely I don't think the 7 batteries fit the 8. They probably do, I don't know. It's just that that's what they say on the thing. Whether it's to make you get 2 lots of different batteries if you've got both cameras, I don't know. And yeah, rod's out. We've got small hooks on, probably about a size 1. I've got another rig up there that I shall bait up very shortly with a different weight on. That weight's Holden bottom from case to tackle. Yep, it's Holden bottom. Now it's only the start of the tide, so tide will rush in a bit, but it's just had a rush in section because it's just been crashing onto the shoreline. So, but again, the water's like a mill pond again. So I can't believe it. Every time I come here, just lately, it's like a mill pond, and I've had some right rough nights here. Wind and huge waves. So anyhow, I shall turn you off. I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to go around there scratting for more weights. I've already found one. See if I can get some more, and then we should turn this camera on, see if it works again. Camera seems to be working now, I hope. I'll just put it to there. Right. I've got some action on the rod. It's the bouncy up and down action on the rod. Well, this camera seems to be working now. I've got little taps on my rod. Be on there. It's got to be on there, hasn't it? Right. I want to stick you here so you can see me reeling it in, because like this could be a monster. This could be Moby Dick. Hopefully it's a Rockland. There's nothing on it. I can't believe it. I ain't even got another rig, have I? Bloody hell. I can't believe that. Last time I was in this bay, in the video, as you would have seen, I kept hooking into fish and they kept coming off. I saw 2 at least at the shoreline come off the hook. Now that was a definitive bite. It was nothing on it. So is that crabs again? Have we got crabs? There was no crabs in the last video. Are the crabs come in for all day? I thought let's go over to Immingham side and get some food there. Probably should have left it out. If it was a flounder, probably it might have just been teased now that the squid was gone. But that was it. So perhaps I should have left it longer, but it had been tapping for a while before I even put the camera on. That out. God knows what happened there. That wasn't very good, was it? At least it didn't snap off. I don't know what happened there. But the line went through all the eyes and came back on itself. You saw it all tangled up, I presume. Dropped my leader's out of the water. That's how short it dropped. Didn't snap off. So my line somehow got caught around my eyes. I don't know how, but everything's all right. I only did a gentle throw cast. That's probably why. If I'd done a big one, it might have snapped. God knows what that was. Anyhow, we're out, and we are out short, but it don't matter. We're on the mud. But I don't know how that bite wasn't a fish, unless it was crabs that was picking the squid off. So we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Thought I'd got rid of the blank then. I thought that was it. And then you could just sort of like, not concentrate, but you can just sit back a bit then, can't you? And enjoy the session, because if you catch one early, well, you don't always catch more, do you? But just lately it's been good. There's been quite a few fish in this water, so we'll leave that out for 5-10 minutes. Like I say, it's probably only about 8 meters out. You saw it plop, but we'll see what's there. Could be a flatfish, couldn't it? I'm gonna turn you off. I'm gonna go get my other rig, which is a 2-hook flapper. I'm gonna bait it up, so I've got one ready, so when I pull this one in, I can cast out and rebait that one up, so we're organised. Absolutely beautiful day. Absolutely cracking. The water still ain't come down there, and there's people all round there on the roadside in the bays waiting for the water to come in. This chap there, it looks like he's going to fish from his bay, but I don't know how, because I'd be struggling. You'd get snagged up all the time. If he does that, I'm going over there to look for weights. Absolutely beautiful. The problem with my rod, earlier on, I believe, was a piece of weed on my line that I'd just left because it goes through the eyes. Right. Crabs. I've got no bait on the bottom hook. Right, well, I might have cast that out too far. It might have hit the pipe. I went totally the wrong direction, but never mind, we'll have to see when we reel it in. 2-hook flapper on, black lug and squid. The bottom hook of my 1 up 1 down that I've just pulled in was totally bare, so there's crabs out there, isn't there? And the buggers nipping the feed off. So what I'm thinking is a flounder or a dab bite is a crab nicking me bait. So in the last session there was no crabs at all, so this session might be a little bit of a battle in getting a fish. If these crabs strip your bait, I'm seeing a bite, because if it's the same crab that I bought, that I caught, didn't buy it, in this bay actually, in tonight's video, because it's Wednesday, and it's they're quite big crabs, so when they start plucking at your squid and stuff, obviously it's making your rod twing. Anyhow, I shall be back in a bit. just weed on it. Weed and plastic. Hardcore fisherman is Vicky Dock, I think. He's where he likes to fish anyhow. And he's going live as I'm filming this. He's live across the river, and he's using light rods, fishing for flounder. And if he gets a cod, he gets a cod. I'm doing virtually the same, but I will be sticking some big baits out for cod. But he's got no weed down his end, and at the minute we're getting weed now. At the start there was no weed, now we're getting weed and the odd bit of plastic. So how it's different from this close to the sea at the river mouth, and then he's round there and round the corner at Hull, and he's got no weed. So but it can be different 50 yards, can't it? Someone 50 or 100 yards down there might not be picking up any weed. So 2 at flat rod, I'm going to chuck that out, and then I'm going to start thinking about getting the rod set up top and moving my gear up. I've got a bit of time yet. You'll still probably see me down there again, but I don't like setting the rod up. I don't mind putting the rod out up there, but I don't like putting the reel on it. Anyhow, I'm going to chuck this out. Always set your drag. There ain't going to be any fish. Well, there might be a cod, mightn't there? One might just zoom along, mightn't it? Right, that's that out. I don't know what weight it is I've got on there. It's green, but it's not 170 ounce. It's probably just a 6 ounce. It's one that you buy, either bought from Boris or someone's made. And I've spread the wires out on it, but you just heard the clicker going off on the reel, because the tide has pulled it. So the 6 ounce weight from case to tackle is holding bottom. That hasn't happened with that weight, but I shall keep using that weight. But when I go up top, I shall put on a 190 gram. Don't have to throw out far, so just need to make sure I hold bottom, that's all. Tide's coming in. The piece of weed branch or fond, whatever it was, is just loitering in front of this bay, so I expect I'll hook into it again later. It's a little bit chilly. It's not as chilly as it was the other night because there's no wind, but my fingers, even with these hand warmers, which are now running properly, they aren't thawing them out properly. So when I get up to the van, I shall heat up some water in a kettle and pour it into a hot water bottle and stick that in my coop. A little bit hard fishing at the minute. Just lately I've been catching on the tide coming up over the side, and it's eradicated the blanks. Even caught my large cod as the tide was coming up. There is still cod in there. There was some caught last night, but people that spoke to me who said hello to me, and there's some on Boxing Day night. A lad caught 5. 3 he caught, I think, 3. And the week previous to that, some lad that was talking to me said he caught 5. I've got no reason to disbelieve him. I just wish I'd caught 3 or 4 more. I think I've had my big one this year, and I had a good bite the other night as well, which on the last video previous to this, the pulley pennel rig had got all caught up in the breakaway imp. The hook had gone into it, so it wasn't fishing at all, but something grabbed hold of the prawn and yanked it up the line and ripped the squid off it. So I was a bit jarred off with that, to be honest, because that was possibly another good fish. That was either a rather hungry flounder, which had some good weight on it, or it was a codling. So yeah, I was a little bit dumbfounded with that, to be honest. But I had a good night. Caught fish. Can't remember what I caught, 6 or 7. Dabs, flounder, and a rockland. So yeah, but nothing as of yet in this session. Well, my daughter's just texted me and said that we at midnight tonight are going into tier 4. Now, you go on the Angle and Trust website, you can still fish as exercise in tier 4. So hopefully, as long as I've got that info on my phone, I'm just gonna come fishing. I don't see anybody, I come here, I fish, I go home. If the Angle and Trust said you can't fish in tier 4, then so be it, I wouldn't fish in tier 4. The other thing is with tier 4 is you aren't allowed to cross tiers. So if you live in a tier 4, you can't go out of a tier 4. At the minute, I live in a tier 3 and I don't go out of the tier 3. So I'm abiding the rules at the minute, and I'll be abiding the rules in a tier 4. It'd just be good if everybody abided by the rules, so we can get this bloody lurgy disappeared, because I'm fed up with it now. That rod tip is still going like that. Well, I'll be back in a bit if that rod tip keeps going. See you for now. This rod's been nodding up and down. Whether there's anything on it, I don't know. Look at that monster! Oh, no blank, no blank, no blank. Right, come on, my little boy. Right. I always take the weight off. Because the weight can fall and then the fish falls on the floor. Little tiny dab, it brings you so much joy. So much joy. I've got another bite. Bloody hell. It's coming thick and fast. Oh, it might have been my weight, mightn't it? Oh dear. Oh, you couldn't write it, could you? Couldn't write it. Right. Where's that one? Cast out to that. Oh, balls. Just gone over that one. Right, I've got to get me bearings. Right, let's get her out. Look at that. It unhooked itself. Well, you wouldn't believe it, would you? No, that just goes to that just shows, doesn't it? On that video I did in Bay 19 the other day, where I kept catching fish and they kept coming off, and then I saw 2 or 3 actually come off the hook when I was about 5 to 10 foot from the shoreline, and and they just disappeared and they went on there. And that little dab is exactly the same. These on air, yeah, they aren't the smallest hooks either. Well, aren't I lucky? Right, towel. Oh, this water's cold in this bucket. They stick to the bottom of the bucket, you know. Right. There you go. One little dab, look. Got all these speckly markings all the time. Nice little dab. Saved the blank. Pretty little fish. Let's get him back so he can grow into a big baby. Gonna have to jump over. Oh dear. Well, that's him returned. He's gone back nicely, and that's bright that light is. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll put you down there, and yeah, he's gone back. Well, chuffed a bit, so I got a little dab. I thought I might have got 1 or 2 or even 3 over the side as the tide come up. That little tiny dab, I saw the bite of that. It's unbelievable. And switched the camera on and then reeled it in. Wasn't even hooked properly. It was caught in its mouth. I think they have small teeth. It was caught on the bait. So I have got small hooks out, but I've just now chucked out a whole squid because we want a codling, don't we? So I'm going to fish 1 large, 1 small bait from now on. Yeah, someone's weeding this bay, and that's the only thing wrong with this bay today. There's no rubbish in it to speak of, just a little bit of air in there. It's lovely and clean. It's really good, and it's all good around the outside of the bay, you know, where the sea defence is. But someone's just bloody pissed in the middle of the bay. Why would you do that? There's grass over there. So I always, well, you don't want to know that, but why don't you just go on the grass? Because it just filters away, and the grass sucks it up and then takes your nutrients, doesn't it, or whatever. Well, don't put that in Tom. That's quite in depth, that, isn't it? Anyhow, we've caught a dab. There's no blank today. The ride still goes on where I'm catching, and I am catching all the time. I'm chuffed a bit. So just let's try and see if we can get a codling tonight. I don't care if it's 6 inch long, 5 inch long, whatever. Let's see if we can get another codling, because there must be more than 2 in the river. Other people are catching them. Let's hope I can. Now I want to show you this. Look at that. Beautiful moon come up there with all the glare onto the water. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? We've got the terminal, Humber terminal over there, Tronox factory there, air products, and look at that lovely moon. Lovely and still. The water's like a mill pond. Little bit of movement. It's fantastic. So what I shall do is I'll be back in a bit, hopefully to show you more fish, and I think I might get my kettle on and make my water bottle up. Getting a little bit tired. Well, I've just done a 10-minute segment talking to you and I hadn't switched it on, had I? I'd switched the camera on, I didn't press record. I've just checked the temperature in the van, and the temperature is 0 degrees C. I walked through this puddle and I slipped in the puddle because the puddle's getting icy. So I'm going to have to be careful driving home tonight. It is cold, but there's no wind, so you aren't feeling it all the time. It just sort of like creeps up on you cold. My kettle's on the go, but it hasn't boiled yet because I'm running out of gas. I've got a pulley dropper waiting to go out with a prawn shoved in the squid and wrapped up on a pennel hook system, and on the one up one down I've got black lug and squid. The rods that are out, I've got a full squid on one, and on the other black lug and squid on a 2-hook flapper. The left hand rod keeps tapping a bit and then it stops, so I could have a small fish on there, but I'm just leaving it for a bit because there is a full squid on there, just to see if the bite develops and it cranks over. It's been a young lad riding up and down this roadway on a petrol driven go-kart, like you get in there when you go to them Grand Prix things on a lawnmower go-kart. He's got no lights on, you can't see him, all you can do is hear him. So if a car drives down here like they do at 200 miles an hour, they'll just go straight over him, he'll be dead. These lot here are cyclists, looks like a car, look. I thought that was a car earlier on. 2 cyclists come past. Yeah, there's no point talking to cyclists because they don't talk back. I've said hello to about 3 up to now when it was daylight, and none of them said hello back. Last week, in the last session, I spoke to an old boy, he spoke. But then he was probably a proper cyclist. By that I mean someone that uses his push bike to get to A to B because that's his only mode of transport. I'm just a stinky fisherman, aren't I? Who wants to, you know, who wants to talk to me? This moon, look at this moon. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Let's lose that wall there. Some white cloud above the moon there. That moon's going to go behind that soon, you won't see it. But it's lighting up the cloud. I hope Tom can, I hope it comes out better on the video. But you can see all the light coming down there. Absolutely lovely it is. It's just a little bit chilly. So just a bit chilly. sit rep is. Still a full moon. It's 17:51. High tide is at 20 past 6. 6.9 metre tide, I think. There's not a lot happening. This is it's like a story here for me. I started giving it a good go fishing here to get me a cod, which I achieved. And then I caught another codling, a little tiny small one. I've caught many other fish, flounders, dabs, rockland, whiting. But in this session, the first session, it's slowed right down. So other people are catching cod, so they're still here, but I aren't. My baits are good, hooks are good, hooks are sharp. Still think I had a codling on that in the last video when my rig was all snagged up. I'm sure that was a good fish, that was. But the fish in this session are few and far between. Now, is it because there's a full moon? I nearly said earlier that that's the full moon fairy out the window because I've just caught a small dab. I think I was lucky to get that dab. It was on there. Thought he had someone then, but he unhooked himself, didn't he? So, is it a case now that the codling have gone on holding for me, but not others? And so are the other fish. So let me check me ravioli. Let's get this end one checked. I've got something on there. I've got bloody 2 on it. What have I got? What have I got? What have I got? Jesus, oh, these are needed. What? Ooh. That's a white cloth. Oh, come on, my little fella. In you go. Lovely hooks. Look at that. Lovely little dab. Let's get him in the water. Look at this. Right, little one. Hang on. Oh, I'm chuffed to bits with that. And I was just giving you the speech about the fish you got on oldie. I thought you had a tissue in there. Get this out. Where's the water? Oh my lord! We got a codling! We got a codling! Look! Look at that! Look, can you see his bed? We got a little codling! Oh, is it recording? Look! No! Look at that, we got a codling! Right, get me in the water. We've just had a shock. Stop wiggling. Little dab. Let's get her back. Oh, my hands are cold. Oh, I need another towel. No. That's free codling. Oh, get the lights on. Make sure we got it. I thought it was a whiting because it was so small. Didn't have a proper look at it because I unhooked it and put it straight in the bucket. Oh, wow. Right, one last show. Here we go, one codling. Ah, big mouthful. There's his bed. There you go. One lovely little codling. Let's get him back so we can get into a big bugger. Well, what do I know? That's two dabs. That's two dabs and the codling, and I don't care what you're saying, it's only a little one. I don't care, that's a codling. That's now free codling up to now I've caught. I said to you a 6-inch codling will do. I've just jumped over the wall and about a metre off the water just put it into the water with a little chuck rather than a big chuck, and it was there and then it just disappeared, and I was down there for 2 or 3 minutes checking it, and it was not a floater. So he's gone off to dart around and get out of the way of all the bigger fish that's going to try and eat him in this life, and he's going to grow into a bigger codling that one of them bloody trawlers would probably get. But that's free codling this year now, and yes, they've got smaller as I've caught them, but I don't care. Some people in the country don't even get that size codling and they're chuffed to bits with it, and I'm chuffed to bits with it. It's fantastic. So I'm gonna bait. I didn't know if there was anything on that rod, but every time I tightened the rod up, the rod come up. I didn't know what was going on, so right, I'm going to bring you back. Well, I ain't going to bring you back, am I? That's someone else out. I'm now going to eat my ravioli. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to eat ravioli, have a coffee, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to watch these rods like an hawk, because I know when there's fish on them rods, I'll tell you. I'm still working out what to look for with these rods. I'm going to check this rod now. I've calmed down a bit now. It's just great catching codling, isn't it? It don't matter what size they are. it's just fantastic to catch one, isn't it? Because you don't see them very often, do you? Nothing on the big bait. I might even, if there isn't anything at all on these big hooks, there isn't anything at all on these big hooks, I might swap one of the pulley droppers for another scratching rig, because I just want to catch fish. Don't care what they are. Codling are nice though. That was a good cast. Well, wouldn't look good, but it went out there. But I don't know if it went slightly right, and if it did, I could be over that pipe. Well, I thought it had warmed up. That's probably because I've just had some noodles and a tin of ravioli, and a chocolate bar and a cup of coffee. But I just took my hood off because I thought it was getting warmer, but it's now minus half a degree. When I walk on this puddle now, it's cracking. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful tonight. Gritters are out when I came here, so there should be some grit on the motorways and stuff. So right, I'm gonna get these rigs baited up because I've got behind because I've been cooking, so I ain't got any rigs baited up for me large pulley dropper. So I'm gonna get that done now, and I'll be back in a minute. Oh, we just want one of them rod tips, don't we, just to crack over, and the spool starts spooling off. That's what we want. I'll see you in a minute. Let's see what I got on this one. nothing on that. Let's hope this goes alright. There's a bit of weed round this. This could snap off. Let's hope it don't. Right, it's got two scratching rigs out now. A flapper rig and me one up, one down. I could go over the side, I could carry on fishing. It's only early, but it is cold. And there's something nice about going fishing and then getting home and getting in a warm bed. Guess it's getting foggy, is it? Or is that the boat going out? Yeah, so it's not on fire, is it? The tide will soon be at the point where I could get snagged up and I've got to jump over the wall, and as I've just explained, I don't want to do that. If it was a daylight shift fishing, if this was daylight, then I would definitely jump over and fish it all the way down as far as I can, and then I might even pack up and go down that end and fish the Yellow Cross if it was empty, because you can carry on fishing at the Yellow Cross for quite a while. If I was 25 to 35, maybe even 40, I would have probably done that. I'd have jumped over there. But my hips feel alright tonight. I ain't limping too bad. And it's cold. And I've got loads of paperwork to do tomorrow, but tomorrow should be the end of it. So that'll be a relief. And then we'll see about this going fishing in this new regime that we're in. So exactly that. Chuck it out. This is heavy. Whoa! Come on, my booties. Come to daddy. Well, that moving up and down like this must have had a fish on it. Must have had a fish on it. I'll remember that for next time. Oh, I think they're 2 dabs. I'm pretty certain they're 2 dabs in fact. I don't know if you can hear that water to the shore, but that's the tide. It's now going out a bit quicker, I think. Right, I'm going to give you a show of these dabs now, and then I'm going to have to jump over the wall with them because the water has gone out too far. Let me turn that down. There we go. First dab. I'm going to get her back now. See it? Right. That's a flounder. We've got a flounder. She's curling up a bit, I don't know why. So let's get her back. Right. I was going to tally all me catches down, but hang on a minute, am I recording? Yeah. I was going to tally all my catches. I think now I've got 4 dabs and 1 codling. I think I've had 4 dabs and 1 codling. It's either 4 dabs or 5 dabs, I don't know. I had 2 dabs and the codling. Then did I catch another dab? I did, didn't I? I did catch another dab. No, I didn't. I went over the wall with the dab and the codling. So we've had 4 dabs. No, 3 dabs, 1 flounder and a codling.
Hello.
Are you right, mate? Couple of dabs, flounder, codling. Yeah, only a little one. Who? What, tonight? £5? It's weird, isn't it? And what, just down there?
Yeah, but a little slip on, you know, backs of it,
Yeah.
base. Out the blue, totally out the blue. I mean, I've had
Yeah, you've had nothing.
nothing.
I mean, I caught, I had a little dab, a tiny little dab little thing it was.
Yeah, we had 4 dabs.
And then I had nothing for ages. Then I had a codling and a dab, flounder. I had another dab as well. I lose count. There ain't many of them about. There ain't many whiting about, is there? Everyone down south seems to be catching whiting and they moon like hell about them, don't they? But up there, yeah. Yeah, it's been nice. It's been chilly, but it's freezing now, isn't it? I was there Tuesday. I came and fished Tuesday. It was nice Tuesday. Sun was out. It's weird, isn't it? I mean, Connor is shielding fish, aren't they? But you'll get 1 out or 2 out, and that's it, won't it? And out of here? Really? I've heard of bass being caught over at Kilnsea. I heard of bass being caught earlier in the year when the whites were down at East Holton. They were pulling, you know where the creek is at East Holton? No, there's a creek there and they were pulling bass out then, but I've never heard of the bass out there. You aren't allowed to take any at the minute. But we're leaving Europe, aren't we? That we shouldn't be tied to. Yeah, it's European, and it pisses me off because they call it a European bass, don't they? And it isn't. It's just a bass. But yeah, I've packed up now. It's all icy over there, isn't it? Yeah, it's all ice. These are all gone to ice. It's below 1. It's below 0. Yeah, that's what my van said. But are your mates finishing as well?
Yeah,
were you fishing with that old chap in that car? He was in that bay before you.
No, just you two.
And
Simon.
Simon, is he an older chap? Does he live at Grimsby? Right, I think he was talking to me because is he having trouble with his neighbours or something? Yeah, he spoke to me the other day and I saw him go past and I thought, I think that's him. But he said to me, bring some mince pies next time, boy. Yeah, he's a nice chap, but it seems as though he's having a lot of hassle, doesn't he? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I chatted to him for a while. Yeah, I do.
Where do you live?
Well, I live near Scunny Way. Obviously, I don't say where I live, so I don't want people on the tube knowing where I live, do you know what I mean? But I live in that area. But this is my little mark, you see. But I would love to go fish at Sutton-on-Sea, and I would love to go fish at Hobbiton or Tunstall. But it's just, are you allowed? I mean, at midnight tonight, we're in Tier 4, aren't we? Yeah, my daughter has told me she's pretty keen up on it. Because you're in Lincolnshire, aren't you? Well, I hope she's got it wrong. If we can still fish in Tier 4. Now, on the Angling Trust, if you go on the Angling Trust website, Tier 4, it says you're still allowed to go fishing because it's classed as exercise. But you've got to stay in your tier. You can't travel out of your tier. So if you've got to travel out of your tier, then you can't go. And you aren't allowed to stay out on Tier 4 overnight either. You've got to be up. But, yeah. Well, Well, I work at a school, you see, and I have 120 kids walk past me, so work that one out. It's crap, isn't it? Yeah, I wish I was.
See you soon.
See you later, mate. Nice to meet you. Oh dear, is that still recording? It's nice when people stop and have a chat with you. If you fish on your own a lot, it can be lonely. It's enjoyable, but it can be lonely. He was just saying as well that he's getting a little bit fed up keep coming down here on the wall, which obviously you do, don't you? But if you want to go fishing, where else do you go in these times? So clean these rods, because I ain't cleaned them for the last couple of trips. Aren't I naughty? So I clean my fishing reels, and then I wipe them over with yeah, I wipe them over with WD-40. I wipe them over and then I wipe it off, you know, I don't leave it on. But when I clean these rods, I'm going to wash these rod bags because I've put them in the bloody mud. Filthy. Got carpet in me van, I don't want to get it messy. Right, well, put this in my box. It's fantastic that I've got my forceps, aren't they? Forceps. It's great that I found me old forceps. You know, you get attached to stuff, don't you? You get attached to stuff. Well, I do anyhow. I was really hacked off that I'd lost my forceps. Well, I know that's seawater, but that's gone icy. No fish left in there. Great. Got a wet leg now, look. Look at that. Oh, bloody hell. Put that upside down. Get the towel. Dry this bloody. I don't feel too cold actually. I'll tell you why. Because I've got, this is my mate's towel, he's not getting it back. Look at that for a towel. That's a proper carpenter's towel, that, isn't it? Yeah, it's mine now. Yeah, it's alright that. It's alright at minus 0.5 degrees C, and you chuck seawater over you. As long as you've got thermals on underneath, you don't feel it. It's great. If I didn't have the thermals on, I'd be mooning like anything. That's that cleaned. Let that hopefully dry off before it freezes. Put the dirty towel in there. Well, that's put this rock over here. If you put that rock back there, sometimes cars whip in to let another car pass. If you leave a boulder near the entrance to this bay, you could hit it, couldn't you? So put that in the box. Then we're ready for putting, I think that's everything in the box. That there, glove. That there, glove. Towel, that can go in, can't it? And then I can put my sponge in. Put the lid down, do that up. These breakaway tripods, I've been using them. They've got a ferrule in here that as you do it up, it tightens up on it. So sometimes these come loose, but you just push it back up and tighten it and it's done. But I've had these for over 17 years now. And yeah, I think this is the yeah, this is the one that's 15-17 years old, and it still works. But they're so light. They're unbelievable. And that's it. Yeah, they've got clips on there to do up. Put them in, and then you just twist it up, and it does up to this tripod-y bit. Right, so I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, thanks for watching. It's been a great night. Tide's gone out now. It's time to jump off the side if he's going to, but it's too icy. So I've had a great day. Caught dabs, can't remember how many, but I've caught at least 4. I've caught a flounder, and the holy grail, I caught a codling. When I was talking to matey boy here, further down near a slipway or something where someone was fishing, he pulled out a 5 pound codling tonight. Ain't far away, is it? And as he said, and as I'm now going to say, it's just the luck of the draw. That fish was there at that time where that bait was. Here in this bay, I had my little beautiful codling, which means the world to me for catching that. It's free this year, and that was my codling. You know, if there was more codling in the sea, then obviously we'd be coming there and we'd pulling out 2 or 3 codling, and then they wouldn't be such an holy grail fish, would they? But it would be just as enjoyable catching them, but it wouldn't be as like it is at the minute. And obviously if there was more of them about also, they'd be able to catch a few more down south, wouldn't they, instead of all them whiting dogfish. So let's hope that Boris gets all this right and he alters when we get total control of our waters, and it's all altered so we can actually have more fish in the water to catch, variety as well.
Hello, Mr. Verns, you alright?
Hey, alright, mate?
Ah, yeah.
What'd you catch?
Nothing, just 2 flatties tonight.
I heard someone
Near
caught
leg one, yeah, near leg one. I've give me it.
Yeah.
About 4.5 pounder.
What, flatfish?
No, hard.
Oh, right. You've got it, are you? It was Neil that caught it, was it?
Neil caught it, yeah.
It's icy, mate.
About an hour ago. Yeah, what you got it on?
What shot's the camera? One or your hands clean? Yeah. It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey,
That's 4.5 pounds because I never weighed mine.
Yeah.
Mine,
That's about 4.5. I reckon it's about 4.5.
well, mine was
Say,
6.
sure.
I ain't got a clue, mate. I never weighed. I just measured. Mine
Yeah.
was 60 centimetres long. It was like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine was bigger than that. But
Bigger than that? Oh,
mine
wow.
must have been at least 5 pounds.
Yeah, 5 pound, 5, 6 pounds easy.
Isn't it weird how he's got that and
You know what he had on?
what?
One ragweed.
Yeah,
And I've been putting 3 on all night.
I caught mine on prawn.
Yeah, I know you did. I was
Yeah.
watching it. I watch all your videos.
Do
and
you?
that. Can't you remember when Val thingy to have you as a friend? Valerie.
I've
Simon.
got a Valerie. All
Yeah,
right.
Valerie, that's my wife.
All right.
Valerie.
What, is that on Facebook?
On Facebook, yeah.
All right.
And we had it as a friend.
Yeah.
I don't have to just subscribe and all that lot. And I watch you all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
That's alright.
I got a codling tonight, but it was only a little tiny.
Tiny one, yeah.
But I hadn't had them. But, you know, you'd think you'd be pulling them out quite regularly,
Yeah.
wouldn't you? But they just aren't about,
They
are they?
weren't very far out.
No.
And I've put me casting, because I'm a decent caster, and I've been only casting 70, 80 yards tonight.
Yeah. Well, I ain't even been going that far, to be
What's
honest.
it?
I just literally cast out onto that mud because
Yeah.
I think the fish come into where that mud is.
Yeah,
You know, it sees the air.
yeah, and I had a snap off of my last cast.
Oh, right. Good to something on sea. You know where the
Yeah, I know
snicket
you
is.
do.
Yeah.
So it's all your videos.
Yeah, where I can't, but where the old units were for the golf course.
Yeah, yeah.
And then walk through. But
Yeah. Have you taped it tonight?
yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
Still on
Yeah.
now.
Oh, right.
Cool, yeah.
It's bloody cold tonight. I'm glad it's not because I've been out for a bit.
Yeah.
I've been out for about 3 weeks. I feel cold tonight.
Yeah, it's
Cold,
cold.
innit?
Yeah,
Don't know
my
what it
toes
is.
are a bit chilly as well, and I've got another hole in my bloody boot. That I've got,
Yeah, I seen
I've
that
got
on the video. When you...
patches, and I've found another hole. got to go buy some new boots.
Yeah. I'll probably see you down here. I wondered when I was going to. I said to
What's
my
your name?
missus, Simon.
Simon, and your
I said,
missus is Valerie.
Valerie, yeah. I said I'm gonna.
Are you a member of
See.
Outcasts? Are
Pardon?
you a member of the Outcasts?
No, I'm not in no clubs no
You're
more.
not
I
in
used to
them?
be years ago.
Yeah, they're a Facebook group, aren't they?
I don't know.
Outcasts.
Outcasts. I don't know. But the cod out, I'm not lying, years ago when I was 9, 10, I used to live at Immingham. And I used to, always fishing like you did, 27 and 28.
Yeah.
Pulled loads of cod out there years ago.
Yeah. Well, they were here, weren't
7,
they?
8,
They've
yeah, there
just
was
gone-
here, yeah.
I
Nearly every
don't see why
cast.
they don't do the same with cod as what they're doing with bass.
Yeah.
If they sent the bloody trawlers 3 miles or 4 miles
Yeah.
off our coastline, then
Yeah.
there'd be a nursery here for
Yeah.
fish, and yeah, we take fish on, but then a lot of people put them back as well,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
wouldn't have such an impact, would it?
No, they're not in shoals no more like they used to be.
No.
I don't think they are. You're just lucky. I mean, I'm a decent fisherman, but I had no cod for 3 years now.
Yeah.
This is my 4th year and still had one.
No, I was so lucky with that big one.
Yeah.
And but that is just luck. That is
Yeah.
just luck.
Well, like Neil tonight, just look.
Yeah.
We mate fish. He's not a big caster, and he was. Yeah, last night or the night before, he fished 25, not a bite all night. Half an hour after I tie, he's on Facebook, Sharpie, Kevin Sharp. He got a 7.5 pounder.
Yeah.
Last night or the night before. And I phoned him up, I said, Kev, what? I said, save me some cod, will you? He's had 3 up to now. A 7.5, a 6 and a 4. 2 on the North Wall. Fortnight ago.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. Everyone talk about North
Yeah, the North Wall, yeah. You won't get down there in your van.
No.
Even a car, it's all blocked now. You get on that end of the prom there, and they put a stump up,
Right.
metal barrier up, so you can't get down there and you can now. Oh, it's pretty cold tonight.
Yeah, you get yourself all.
It's because I ain't been out for a bit, about 3 weeks.
Your car's all icy on there.
Yeah, I know.
You want to watch it as you do on and over the roads.
I know, I'm just a bit hard up tonight.
I think we're in Tier 4 at midnight, aren't we? I think.
Does that mean
On the Angling Trust website, it says that you can still fish because it's classed as exercise. But then my mate Danny, who fishes down south, he went fishing and he was there for about an hour and the cops just chucked him off and sent him home, yeah? Sent him
because he
home.
went to a different team?
Yeah, you put Danny Shore fishing
Yeah,
in
right.
and watch his video because he got sent over with the video on it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you believe it. I don't believe all this nonsense. I
Is
believe
anything-
a little bit.
Yeah, it's bad.
How's he doing it?
388 people have died under the age of 60 with COVID. It does affect older people, and it is very, very contagious.
Yeah.
And we've been too good, to be honest, haven't
Yeah,
we?
I know.
But it is contagious, but I'm at school and I get 120 kids walk past me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Reckon all the schools are coming now, aren't they?
well, they are, aren't they?
Yeah, catch you later.
See you later, mate, and good luck with the cod. Well, he's got the 4.5 pound codling. So, yeah. Anyhow, this is it now. I'm going. I've been chatting to people. Tide has gone right out now. The time is 8:30, and I've got, look, I've got loads of comments from people. Apart from that one there, I think is one of those porny ones, so I need to get rid of that. I don't know why they keep going on my site. So yeah, my video's out. It's been out an hour. I always like to see how many views I've had in the first hour because I can then gauge if it's going to do quite well. So I'm now off. Thanks for watching. If you like my video, subscribe. Tom, if you can hear, which I'm sure you can hear, what we were chatting about, leave some of that in if you want. Yeah, thanks for watching. It hasn't been a blank again, and we've had another codling. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And look at that, oh, the boat going out there. That thing there, believe you me, that's a great boat. Look at the moon. See you later. ravioli, 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 ravioli.